What's up, everybody? Lou Thomas caught his first bodies of the season in Raising Kanan Season 4, Episode 8, titled Street Struck, killing Kenyatta and Julius at the episode's conclusion. He knew they were coming for him and Baylor after he had tried to peacefully talk them out of robbing Lowell Galfin again. But when Lou killed Kenyatta and Julius, he smiled, as if the killing had given him a high or made him feel happy. Jukebox's expression was very similar to that when she caught her first body. While this was happening, the narrator, OG Kanan, foreshadowed Lou's return to the drug game, talking about how hustlers have the same craving for the game as junkies do for drugs. The game makes you feel powerful and strong, as though no one can touch you. They want the money, the life, just like a basehead wants crack. The game feels good. Nobody would die for it if it didn't. As someone who spent 10 years in the drug game and got out for good, Lou's return is a tragedy, especially since he has other options. The streets aren't the only thing left for him. He already has a job in the music industry and has had success with a hit song. But now it looks like Lou is returning to his old self. Before he started to have second thoughts, that version of him didn't show us much. Rock had Lou put down Dweez early in the series, and that moment started to change him. Ironically, just as Dweez's death made Lou want to leave, Kanan's other friend's death made Lou want the game again and want to get revenge. Now, it seems we're finally going to see Lou return to the version of himself from before the Dweez hit, only harder and colder, essentially coming full circle, returning to where he started. Similar to the old saying, a pig returns to the mud. Right after killing Dweez, Lou found a new avenue in the music business when he went to serve Crown Camacho at his studio. At that point, we saw Lou's passion for music. He knew more about the studio equipment than Crown did, even telling the technician he kept up with it by reading magazines. Lou earned the moniker the Money Man when he began spending more time at the studio and assisting Crown with finances. Rock didn't like that, as she saw the music business pulling Lou away from the game. She informed him that his pastime was distracting him from their business. Lou then partnered with the family lawyer, Andre Barnes, to become 50% owner of Bulletproof Records. Lou was halfway between the music world and the game at that point, but his heart was still in the music. By Season 2, Lou was still in the game but becoming more unreliable because his focus had shifted. He thought he became the full owner of Bulletproof Records after killing Crown, but Rock manipulated the situation to end up owning half. Lou expressed his desire to leave the game during the first 2 seasons, but Rock refused to let him. The Thomas family had to start over after the Italians destroyed Rock's entire operation and attacked Bulletproof Records at the end of Season 2. This gave Lou an opportunity to walk away from the game when Rock herself stepped back in the first half of Season 3. Considering that she hadn't let him out when he asked, that made Lou even more enraged. With no intention of returning to the drug game, Lou intensely turned to the bottle. He invested in Club View and built a studio in the back. He and Famous recorded the hit song 411 there. But Lou's drinking worsened, and he ended up in rehab by the end of Season 3. When he got out at the beginning of Season 4, the song had blown up, and he had an opportunity to work in the music industry full-time with Lowell Galfin. He was finally 100% in the music business with no ties to the streets, unlike Bulletproof Records, which Rock still half-owned. Lou had accomplished everything he had ever desired. But just like Dweez's death pulled him out of the streets, the death of Famous seemed to push him out of the music. She warned him at one point that Lou would be there with her when Rock was killed or sentenced to prison. Lou now appears to be rejoining the game. We're likely heading into the final season or the second to last, and Jessica's warning might have been foreshadowing Lou's fate. Keep in mind what the narrator said at the end of Episode 8, how the game feels good, and that people wouldn't die for it if it didn't. That could be foreshadowing Lou's death in the game. There's been speculation that Marvin might be the major death at the end of Season 4, but what if that's a fake out and Lou is actually the one? Going back to Jessica's warning, Season 4 might have already hinted at Lou's prison fate. He was seen waiting in a prison visitation room to speak to Baylor. That might have foreshadowed where he ends up. The Episode 9 trailer shows 2 detectives in the studio questioning Lou and Baylor. Imani Aoya is there too. Baylor saw everything as Lou killed those men without a mask on a public street. Can Lou really trust her to keep quiet if the cops apply pressure? Also, Kenyana's girlfriend knew what was going on and could tell detectives that Lou was in their bookstore having a confrontation with Kenyana just days earlier. That alone could make him the primary suspect. Don't forget that Crown Camacho's murder is still an open case, and Lou could be a suspect there too. Lou won't be imprisoned for either of those murders, at least not right away, if Jessica's words are true. He might die at the same time as Rock or end up in jail. There's also the looming RICO case involving Stefano Marchetti and the Italian mafia, expected to unfold around 1993 or 1994. Even though Rock seems to be separating herself from the Italians, Lou and Rock could get involved in that as well. There was also a scene in Season 3 where Lou told Rock he used to follow her wherever she went. Could prison or the grave be the final place he follows her to? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.